You're listening to NFRN The Drive, your place for NFRN, NASCAR, and motorsport news. Hello again, everybody. I'm Colin Denton with RVN, and welcome to another edition of NFRN The Drive. We have got a doubleheader in store for you today at Ontario, a returning track for the NFRN Elite Cup Series, a new track, obviously, for the Truck Series. And we saw how the action was last year. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit more action on the track and not off of turn 4. We will see in just a few moments. Before we get into the racing, let's take a look back at our Elite and Amateur Cup Series racing at Simtel Park. Action-packed mile-and-a-quarter track. It definitely produced last time around. Starting off with the Elite Cup Series, NASCAR Fan 19, Adam Mundinger on the front row. A little bit of drama off the first corner as John Art and Philip Fry make contact, come down and hit Carranza on the inside. Also, a little bit of an issue with Craig Martin getting into the back of Julio Cesar. They're all able to save it, but definitely some damage on the 78 car. Then our first caution heading into turn 1. A little contact between Harley and Jet Krause. He'll come up and collect a few more cars. Nick Smith collected in that one as well. And then contact off of the final corner. Jack Porkins getting into Donnie Moore, who did not take tires on the previous pit stop. And that created a big jumble up here in turn 1. Taking a look at that in slow motion, we'll see that Porkins gets into Moore's left rear. He's going to come down driver's side, impact onto the wall, right back up the racetrack into the path of Allison Rain. And several chasers in a line right there. Mundinger, Gradden, NASCAR Fan 19. Maiden tries to shoot the gap, but hits the 64, also hits Rain. Fitzwater Sr. for a little bit of contact. Maiden up into Van Arsdale. Rampage just barely able to avoid. Rain catches a little piece of that. We get back to the restart, finally getting some green flag racing, and 3 wide off that corner as Nick Smith holding a little bit of traffic up. Contact going into turn 3. Mitchell Mark, Dale Jr. Fan 88-83, they're able to save that one. And then here comes a move by William Brock to the lead. He'll get it done on Julio Cesar. Some more contact off the second corner as Hagan and the other JR get together. And then John Arndt's able to work his way up forward, lead a lap. Brock will come right back and steal it away from him. Shepard following. And the 7 will eventually get by and take over the lead himself. That will lead us to our first round of pit stops. Little contact between Brock and Baskinger as they go down pit lane. Exiting pit road, Baskinger, Cesar side by side. The 84 catches some grass. And on the entry, a little bit of a spin here by the 1 car. Getting spun around by Ryan Maiden. That would not bring out a caution. But the 1 definitely loses a lot of time. Leads to a poor day for him. Cesar will go back to the lead. But then on the next round of pit stops, contact as Ryan Maiden cuts it in a little too quickly. He'll make contact with the 0. And Reese Butcher suddenly showing up out of nowhere. He just zooms up from restarting pretty far back in the field. And he's able to grab the lead. Then he takes a no-tire strategy on the final pit stop. But ultimately, no one's able to catch him. And he's going to take the victory, his 3rd in the Elite Cup Series, matching the total set by Rampage earlier this season. As far as the playoff drivers, John Arndt, William Brock, Julio Cesar, Jake Baskinger all finishing inside the top 10. 8 of the playoff drivers still remaining inside the top 20. Amethyst Ashley just on the outside of that, but NASCAR Fan 19, Adam Mundinger, Philip Fry having a little bit of issues, and that will put them a little bit further down the points chart as we head into today's race at Ontario. John Arndt, Brock, Cesar, and Baskinger are looking fairly decent right now. On to the Amateur Cup Series, which was a little bit more straightforward of a race. Shane Borland led the field to the green, but Jacob rose to the inside early to take over the lead. 19-car Fan would be able to get by the 16 and take over the lead. And then it would be Austin Rogers getting to the inside, everyone making that move down into turn 1. Like we'll see Bisceglia here, making a move on Rogers. And this was an elimination race, which means the drama came out on pit lane. Donnie Moore able to get off in pretty good time. Kenny Knox losing plenty of spots. And that would put him outside the cut line as Jacob Rose makes his move to the inside and takes over the victory. But Kenny Knox loses a ton of time on pit lane, and he would end up on the outside looking in. Rogers would finish runner-up. John Gilbert, Shane Borland also up there inside the top 10. But we would see 4 drivers going home. And with a poor finish, Kenny Knox falls out of the top 8. And he will not be able to contend for a title, nor will Chris Harley, who won twice in the regular season, nor will Eric Van Arsdale and Sparky the Sun Devil. Looking a little bit forward to tonight, 3 drivers making their debuts in the NFRN Truck Series. Ryan Adema, John Felber, and Adrian Morales all hoping to make the start today. Here's the entries they'll be in. The Amateur Cup Series eliminated 4 drivers from the playoffs last time around. Today we will figure out who moves on to the round of 6 for the Truck Series. Before we get into the race scene from Ontario, here's a few more notes from the league. If you would like to get involved in the NFRN and currently aren't, you can sign up for part-time Truck Series qualifying. Here are some of the drivers that will be competing later on, and the deadline to sign up for race number 14 is in 2 days' time. Just a reminder, you do not have to sign up again if you already previously have, and you cannot sign up for it if you are a part of a full-time series. You can find the link for that in the description. You can also find the link to our NFRN merch store. All of the NFRN gear you're looking for, that link down in the description. And also you can join the NFRN community and join our Discord. Link for that down in the description, where you can get news and updates from the league and be one of the first to know when a new race will be posted. So coming up next, it's a Truck Series elimination race, and then later on it's the second race of the round of 12 for the Elite Cup Series drivers. We'll see who is able to advance and who will see their title hopes crumble. Hope you enjoy the action from Ontario. For NFRN and RVN, my name is Colin Denton. We will see you all at the races.
Louder.